In the previous episode, we planned to meet with Don Wells.
Yes.
Wendy's, Wilcox Drive in Kingsport.
You got it. See you then.
And we'll call. Okay,
Perfect.
I appreciate that.
Talk to you
Sounds
soon.
great. Y'all have a good night.
We woke up at the crack of dawn and drove to the Wendy's in Kingsport, Tennessee. Looking for Don Wells. Kingsport, Tennessee.
It's here. I'm just going to take a quick stroll up there to the quality. If you want to follow me, that's fine. I'm coming right back here. All right?
And so we waited for about an hour and a half. As the time ticked by, the sunrise illuminated the sky and became brighter and brighter.
So Don stood us up. He said, come to the Wendy's. He'll talk. Crack of dawn. We should have got an actual time. Crack of dawn could be ambiguous. I was saying to you guys there, hey, crack of dawn. What is crack of dawn? Crack of dawn is,
Did we try calling him? Did Marissa call him?
Marissa has been messaging him on Facebook. He has not been responding or seeing the messages.
It's on. All right, here.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So this is a text that I received last night. We did speak last night for a half an hour, and we did document that. And he made arrangements for us to meet him at this particular Wendy's right here. And we all spoke to him. We were all witness. And then right before I fell asleep, he ends up texting me at 11 o'clock saying Wendy's at First Light, Wilcox, Kingsport. And I said, yes, I know, because we had spoken on it on the phone. And I said, see you there. And he says, I'll see you there. And then I say, okay, thanks, Don. Sleep good, he says, okay. And I go, you also. He read it. So today, at 6:45, I write, on my way, 20 minutes, I'm here. It is now 8:22. So we've been sitting here since
About an hour.
Okay. Yeah, so that's
Hour and a
it's
half.
fine. I mean, I don't really have many. I have to say, I don't have any high expectations. I understand the man has to work. I understand that these people are stressed out. We're here for a short time, and I respect their privacy. We didn't go to protest or harass or really say anything to anyone. We just wanted to scope out the areas. And I believe that yesterday was a pretty good day for us. And we're just starting out our morning in a place where Don told us to be. I didn't expect him to show. I just don't have any expectations. Therefore, I'm not disappointed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's fine. I mean, I'm going to give him a couple of minutes, and then we're going to move on with the rest of our day.
And then lastly, last night, he told me that in an effort, if we wanted to meet and do good things, to go to this Unlocking Bible Prophecies 2.0, which I agreed that I would do.
Which was a YouTube video.
And, I go past the prayer and the musical stuff and get to where the gal is actually speaking, and it shivers up my spine, because it's about a man that killed 10 people, ran into the woods to hide, and ended up going to one of the Seventh-day Adventist churches to be saved, and went back into the woods with his radio and brought other people that had committed crimes into the fold of religion, and they were going to the church to be baptized to wash their sins away. And it just, this is the stuff he's listening to, but the question is why?
Maybe he's trying to repent and show that religion can save all of us or something, or there could be a good out of this, you know. And that was my theory yesterday. It seems like he's just wants to focus on God and saving him and saving people in the future, but he did something wrong, or somebody around him did something very, very wrong.
Salavo and 15 other criminals walked out of the forest seeking baptism.
Our next stop was Warriors Path State Park. On June 15th, the day that Summer Wells went missing, her mother Candace, a 15-year-old boy, and Summer herself swam and played in the water at the watering hole.
Of every place that we've been and seen ever since that I've been here, we've seen so many things. And I just have a really, really bad feeling here. I just feel really uncomfortable. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I don't know. It just, does anybody feel that or no? Is it just me? I want to drop to my knees, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Shallow, too. Like, I could see how...
She could get hurt.
Yeah.
They could get hurt.
Yeah, but any body of water, you can really be hurt in there that somebody can
Really
hit their
hurt
feet
themselves.
on. But in all fairness, it's also something that somebody could hold on, you know, to people.
Marissa says that she has a really bad feeling about it. Is that what your gut's telling you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 100%. She did not take the boys.
She's 5 years old.
She did not take the boys to go swimming.
Why did she only, I wonder, that's a good question. Why only Candace?
Because the boys had to clean.
Summer.
Because the boys had to stay home and clean the house for CPS. And also, something I want to put on record is Macbeth's mother, Allie, was sitting there talking to Chris McDonough of the interview room, and she said, you know, she was kind of dogging Kansas. You know, she didn't like her. She was this. Well, okay, Allie, I ask you, why did you trust Candace to take your 15-year-old son to go swimming? If you knew she was, and they were kind of friends, they're not friends anymore, but if I don't trust my kid with someone, it's just not going to happen. It's like, that whole situation, sorry, I can't get on with that, but Allie is on record of saying that, you know, Candace is not a great person, right? Something like that. But you allowed Macbeth, and the reason I call him Macbeth is because Allie came into my chat and said, please do not call my son by his first name, Hunter. And AB said, okay, fine, we'll call him Macbeth. So when I say Macbeth, I am talking about Hunter. I would never swim here. I would never even think to step foot.
We had to talk to locals too.
Yeah, I would. I mean, we have places like this in Florida. I mean, I'm
With alligators, yeah.
I'm an avid swimmer, so I mean, this wouldn't discourage me. If it was a hot day and whatnot, I would go in there and swim.
When we left the watering hole, we could all agree that we had an eerie feeling while we were there. Next, we went to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, the same one that the Wells family frequented.
The YouTube video that Dawn told us to watch was Seventh-day Adventist Church. We'll see what
The church. So, what's our objective here? We're going to go in and ask and talk to the pastor.
So we're here at the Seventh-day Adventist Church. This is the church that Summer Wells attended with her family. We had, video footage of Candace in there last time, or at some point, with her hoodie down, slouched over, sleeping in this church. Her daughter was kind of running around loose, getting up on the church, wanting attention from the people that were giving the sermon. She was, it seemed to me she was longing for attention. She was longing for somebody to hold her, to hug her, to just love on her. So that's what that video looked like. It looked like this child was lack of attention, and we're finding out from neighbors that they weren't bathing her but once a week. I mean, these kids were in sad shape, if you ask me. I mean, these kids were not being taken care of. It's sad, and now one child is missing. They want to say that somebody came on their property and took her. Fine. the bottom line is that she's most likely, it's been 6 months, the chances of recovering her alive are probably very slim. And, you know, their other children were taken.
Did you know that law enforcement has ruled out any possibility of an abduction?
Thank God.
Okay.
Because we got that vibe from them when we
Absolutely,
were there.
yeah.
Because when we explained to them there, we're like, you know, with the dogs, the kids, the you know, the mom, the grandma, who, and not knowing where she was in the house, how could somebody go on their property and take this child? It had, if that was the case, it would have had to have been somebody that they know, that was there, that knew exactly where she was, because...
Andrew, let me ask you a question. And you, Olivia, as well. Why are you standing outside the church and harassing these people?
We're just trying to find answers, and I don't think this is considered harassment. I mean, if they have something that could help find a 5-year-old missing child, you would think anybody would be willing to help anybody, because they may have cooperated with law enforcement, but it's been 6 months.
It's 6 months, precisely.
You know, it's been 6 months. Law enforcement are eager to have public assistance at this point. They're eager to have public assistance. That's a sentiments that we got from law enforcement yesterday when we visited with them.
Yes.
So we're here to help, and we're hoping that people that know something start, you know, working with us, because, you know, law enforcement is trained for this stuff. Law enforcement is trained. Sometimes bringing somebody from the outside in, you know, has a different perspective. They think outside the box. They're not, you know, trained to think a certain way. And that's what's been beneficial to us with every case we've dealt with. And you have to agree with that.
Yeah, they have certain limitations.
And we do not.
And we do not. We have free range. Coming to this church, you want to know something? In my opinion, and I'm just going to say that to come down here and actually get a feel for all of these places and just feel it out. We're not here to protest. We are not here to harass. We are not here to take anything. We're not here to...
People need to understand.
We're not begging for attention here. We're just scoping it out.
Now, again, this is the church that the Wells went to. It's very important, I think, that we should communicate with this church and the members of this church to try to initiate maybe a search, or find out what they know, or find out what we can do to help the community moving forward to find Summer Wells. You know, they always say when there's times of desperation and in times of tragedy, you turn to the church. The Wells family went to this church. I'm here, I knocked on the door. There was somebody there at the door. When I pulled up, they saw me coming up, and then they went in and locked the door. They locked the door. I don't understand that, why you would lock a door at a church when I'm only here trying to seek answers about Summer Wells. That's kind of bizarre and kind of disturbing.
Which is their parishioner. Their parishioner has went amiss. I mean, a 5-year-old child that came to this church that these people loved is missing.
Let me knock on the door again.
And being inappropriate so that they have now...
So this is the Kingsport Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now, you know, I just think it's important to speak to, you know, the pastor. I don't know if he's called a preacher, a pastor, or whatnot. No disrespect.
I have his name.
But I just, you know, there was somebody here, but when I pulled up, they saw somebody pulling up, and then they just went and locked the door, and the door is now locked. Just trying to get answers, just trying to speak to them and see what I can do to help find Summer Wells. Yeah. Their family went to church here. So hoping the church can, you know, help or give us some advice. And I also want to go in there and pray. I want to pray for the Wells family. I want to pray for the community, and I want to pray for everybody. Pray that we can find answers to what happened to Summer. Where's Summer? So hopefully, you know, I'll try to get a hold of the pastor, the preacher. There's a number here I'm going to call. Gonna, you know, get a hold and maybe try to ask what I can do to help, or what anything I can do, or anything, you know, pray for him, pray for the pastor, pray for everyone.
And even have them pray for us as we go through this journey.
Pray for us. It looks, you know, there's somebody here, but they locked the door, but they're not answering that. You know, the church, somebody from the members of the church snatched Summer to bring her to safety.
Yeah,
or, you know, somebody, you know, there's rumors, and I'm going to ask. I wanted to ask. I'm not being disrespectful. No. I just want to quell the rumors and just feel them out and hear them out, you know, and what they have to say. So, you know, that's a goal here too. I mean, we're trying to get answers. If there's a missing girl, it's a 5-year-old girl. It's a 5-year-old girl, and Summer's life mattered. And that's what we're trying to do, is just try to find answers. Everyone that the Wells family, community works that they've done, and they've been to this church, they go to this church, and I'm just trying to get answers to find out what we can do to help.
How do you feel, Jonathan, about hearing that podcast we heard this morning? That was a 7-day Adventist podcast. You heard it. We all heard it. How does that...
The podcast I heard today was trying to say that if you do something on this earth that's bad or wicked and evil, as long as you repent and everything, it will be okay, and you can still be a part of this world and change and make a difference. And I thought that was very strange, because the video was surfacing around a man that killed multiple people and then went out to the woods and hid out in the woods and then try to make a difference in the world moving forward, but not be held accountable for his actions. They're only saying let God handle him for his actions, but he can remain on earth and remain free. So it was very strange.
And can we all confirm right now that it was during a conversation last night with Don Wells that he recommends that we watch this video?
Correct.
Before we met him.
He shared the video with us.
Yeah, he wanted us to watch that. So the first one to watch it was ANDRA.
Yes.
And she was a little shocked. And then we listened to it, and I was like, what?
Because that was the condition of me meeting him.
Yes.
He wanted me to at least give the opportunity or the opinion that she was taken off his property by some unknown subject, and he was willing to give me an interview as long as I told him I had my Bible with me, and I do. It's in my backpack, as I told him it was. And he said, great. And then he said, well, I'll meet with you, but I want you to first watch this podcast. And me, a woman of my word and integrity, I definitely told him I would, and I definitely did do that.
Before leaving the church, I decided that I would take a walk around it to get some footage. And while I was doing that, I stumbled upon a plastic kid's toys knife.
In the back, I found a knife, but it's a kid's knife. It's right here. Right there. I mean, it's plastic, but it's just kind of creepy,
And we got this child's knife out here. And it just is a little creepy because we're at a church. And although that this is a plastic knife, to me, it just seems awfully odd for a child to be playing with that kind of a knife at a church. It just doesn't seem like this is an appropriate toy to allow your child to come to a church with, let alone, obviously, they dropped it. So, just a little odd. Just a little odd.
I'm a little in shock. I mean, it's just...
Even though it's plastic and it's harmless, it's just
it's symbolic. It's almost like it's symbolic to someone like me who's,
Next, we called the pastor to ask him some questions about the Summer Wells disappearance.
Hello, this is Pastor Dave Ryder. Thank you for calling. If you would please leave a message. God bless and have a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Good day to you, Pastor Ryder. God bless. My name is Jonathan Riches. I am in your parking lot right now at your church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kingsport. I wanted to speak to you. I'm out here with a group of individuals. We are looking for Summer Wells. I know that the Wells family and Candace, they would come and pray at your church, and I just want to let you know I'm here to help. If there's anything I can do to help find Summer and bring her back to her family, you can give me a call or any advice that you have. And I want to pray with you. I want to pray in your church, and I want to pray with you. If it's possible, if I could come pray. Just trying to find Summer and bring her home. Summer's life mattered. So if you can give me a call and give me some advice and some help or anything I can do for you guys in your church. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
In the next episode, we talk to the mother, the grandmother, and the great-grandmother of the 15-year-old boy who swam with Summer and Candace the day she disappeared. The information that they told us was shocking and disturbing.
We spoke to the people closest to the wells, the people closest to the wells. I'm not going to say their names, and they gave us tremendous amount of insight, and it's a game changer here. It is a game changer with my thoughts on what happened to Summer Wells.
Stay tuned for episode 4.